Breastfeeding is a natural and beautiful act that has been practiced for centuries. It provides numerous benefits for both the mother and the baby, including bonding, nutrition, and immune system support. However, despite its many advantages, breastfeeding mothers often face challenges and discrimination when it comes to their legal rights. In the United States, there are laws in place to protect the rights of breastfeeding mothers. The Affordable Care Act, for example, requires employers to provide reasonable break time for nursing mothers to express breast milk for up to 1 year after the birth of their child. Employers are also required to provide a private, non-bathroom space for mothers to pump milk. Additionally, the Fair Labor Standards Act prohibits employers from discriminating against employees who choose to breastfeed or pump milk at work. This means that employers cannot fire, demote, or otherwise penalize employees for exercising their right to breastfeed. In many states, there are also laws that protect the rights of breastfeeding mothers in public spaces. These laws vary from state to state, but generally allow women to breastfeed in any public or private location where they are legally allowed to be. This means that mothers have the right to breastfeed their babies in restaurants, parks, malls, and other public places without fear of being asked to leave or cover up. Despite these legal protections, many breastfeeding mothers still face discrimination and harassment. Some employers may not be aware of their legal obligations to provide accommodations for nursing mothers, while others may simply ignore the law. In some cases, mothers may be asked to pump milk in unsanitary or unsafe conditions, or may be denied breaks to express milk. In public spaces, breastfeeding mothers may also face judgment and criticism from others. Some people may be uncomfortable with the sight of a mother breastfeeding in public, while others may believe that breastfeeding should be done in private. This can lead to mothers feeling ashamed or embarrassed about breastfeeding in public, even though they have the legal right to do so. It is important for breastfeeding mothers to know their rights and to advocate for themselves if they encounter discrimination or harassment. If an employer is not providing reasonable accommodations for breastfeeding, mothers can file a complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission or seek legal advice. If a mother is asked to leave a public place for breastfeeding, she can assert her right to breastfeed in that location and educate others about the law. In addition to legal protections, breastfeeding mothers also have the support of organizations and advocacy groups that work to promote breastfeeding rights. These groups provide resources, information, and support for mothers who are navigating the challenges of breastfeeding in a society that is not always supportive. Breastfeeding is a fundamental human right, and mothers should not have to choose between feeding their babies and facing discrimination. By knowing their legal rights, advocating for themselves, and seeking support from others, breastfeeding mothers can ensure that they are able to breastfeed their babies in a safe and supportive environment. In conclusion, the legal rights of breastfeeding mothers are essential for protecting the health and well-being of both mothers and babies. These rights ensure that mothers are able to breastfeed in a safe and supportive environment without fear of discrimination or harassment. By knowing their rights, advocating for themselves, and seeking support from others, breastfeeding mothers can ensure that they are able to provide the best possible care for their babies.